Rock appeared this week to shock everybody with a huge transformation ahead of his new movie, The Smashing Machine. Noticeably much smaller than the jacked people's champ we've come to know. A lot of people asking, what happened, is he okay? You've got to remember that The Rock is almost 60 and maintaining that huge physique he had probably wasn't manageable forever. It's reported that he dropped over 60 pounds for this role in the movie. The movie debuted on Rotten Tomatoes with a 100% score to critical acclaim. NBP saying a career best performance. He is so emotionally transformed, says GQ. He seems like a new actor, says Variety. Although this is in the infancy stage of reviews, there's only about 11 at this point when it was on 100%, so take it with a grain of salt. He received a 15-minute standing ovation for this movie, which understandably had him emotional. I actually really respect the hell out of it. I respect when actors go ahead and do this kind of commitment for their roles. It's been known for years that when it comes to the wrestler turned actor conversation, Batista and John Cena have always been placed ahead of The Rock by many. People criticizing Dwayne for only ever playing the same character or very similar. But given the peaks at this role in The Smashing Machine, it seems like Dwayne is coming for that Oscar. The Rock went on to comment about feeling pigeonholed by the industry before this movie.
It had become about box office, and you chase the box office, and the box office in our business that we know is very loud, and it can be very resounding, and it can push you into a category and into a corner, and this is your lane, and this is what you do, and this is what people want you to be, and this is what Hollywood wants you to be, and I understood that. And I made those movies, and I liked them, and they were fun, and some were really good and did well, and some not so good. But I think what I did realize is that the most important thing, I just had this burning desire and this just voice that was saying, well, again, what if there is more? What if I can? And a lot of times it's harder for us to, or at least for me, sometimes to know what you're capable of when you've been pigeonholed into something.
And given this transformation, now many are questioning what this means for The Rock's wrestling career. With his still huge yet smaller stature, does this basically write him off for a potential Roman Reigns match at Mania next year, or even finishing the story with John Cena? Let alone whatever he meant by wanting Cody's soul.
My brother, I don't want that. I want your soul.
I guess only time will tell if The Rock can put the size back on to come back and continue his wrestling career, or if this is actually the end of the great one in a very quiet retirement. It could very well be possible that Dwayne is realizing the longevity of committing like this to acting, breaking into new roles and everything, because as an actor he can keep going for another 25 years, whereas with wrestling he probably only has a few matches left anyway. Then AJ Lee's WWE return is all but confirmed to be happening at WrestlePalooza. In 2019, AJ Lee was asked on Fair Game if an in-ring return was at all possible.
Never say never, because every time I've said never in my life, I've ended up doing the thing. You know, like, I'm never gonna date a wrestler. I'm never gonna date another wrestler. And then, you know, and then it keeps going, and then I married one. Yeah, I say that I don't know what the future holds. To not hold your breath.
Yeah.
but never say never.
Indicators point towards it being this Friday on SmackDown in Chicago, where she will return. In fact, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point. Some reports have indicated that it may just be an announcement that she's returning at WrestlePalooza, which makes me want to throw up. And guys, breaking news today via WWE on X. the former women's champion AJ Lee will be returning to the ring at WrestlePalooza on ESPN. Yuck. I can just as equally see CM Punk coming out, being confronted by Becky or Seth again and saying, "You've got your wife? Well, I've got mine," to a huge pop. I can see them doing something like that and not seeing AJ until the pay-per-view. CM Punk also took to his Instagram story with a post that says, "Okay, you asked for it," and the WWE shop account themselves have seemingly leaked AJ's return. Quote, "With AJ Lee's return to the ring, we are looking to have some gear hopefully in time for WrestlePalooza." Did no one go ahead and tell bro that this was supposed to be a secret? And now a lot of people are speculating, given how obvious it has been made that AJ Lee is returning, is there something else happening as well? Listen, I'm a huge Paige guy, much like AJ Lee, one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time. Do we see Paige also coming back at WrestlePalooza? She's been a free agent for a little bit now. WWE did not pick up the phone for Evolution. Could Paige also return on the same night as AJ Lee? Because the history is already built in from when AJ Lee lost the Divas Championship to Paige on the night Paige debuted. Not to mention they are linked with their own iconic feud in that era where women were finally getting given a chance.
Cover! Hooks the leg on the Paige shot! She did it! Paige did it!
Brian Alvarez also confirmed that part of the reason WWE is bringing back AJ Lee is to try and destroy AEW's All Out pay-per-view. He said, quote, "We can confirm that it is a mixed tag CM Punk and AJ Lee against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins."
Oh, what a night! What? AJ Lee's back!
The return of AJ, Brock and the Usos teaming up, they're loading the show up to try destroy All Out. We'll see if they can do it. However, the breaking news coming this afternoon that AEW All Out will now air at 3 p.m. on that Saturday, September 20th, not going head-to-head with WrestlePalooza anymore. It will also be the first AEW pay-per-view available on HBO Max at a discounted rate of $39.99 for subscribers. I understand a lot of people are going to go ahead and criticize Tony Khan, saying he's scared, he's running away from the competition, isn't that what he wanted? But in all honesty, this is one of the smartest decisions he could have made, because why would you go head-to-head with WrestlePalooza if you have the option to move it? This way, at least wrestling fans will now be able to watch all of All Out and then watch WrestlePalooza and not have to try and pay attention to both at the same time or risk the show being spoiled if they're watching just one while the other is on live. It was also noted that AJ Lee's return is not just a one-off, and WWE hopes to do more with her down the line. I also see people questioning why others are treating this return like it's stone cold. A lot of people forget just how big of a role AJ Lee played in the Give Divas a Chance movement in this women's evolution. In 2015, AJ publicly called out Stephanie McMahon, highlighting the disparities not only in the on-air screen time given to the female talent, but also in their pay. AJ played a pivotal and big role in laying the groundwork for what WWE would later brand the women's revolution. Though when it comes to AJ Lee, she's never had the chance to reap any of the rewards of the movement that she started. It seems now that she's coming back much in a similar manner to CM Punk, she will finally see the change that she helped create. She still seems to have been in ring shape and taking care of herself as well. Anytime I see AJ Lee, she's in super great shape. She's got the abs on show, and in ring wise, it appears that she still had it as of a couple years ago when she was a part of the TV show Heels. Now, it is a shame that she's returning in the middle ages of theme song creation in WWE though.
You are all worthless excuses for women.